Carl Jung, a psychologist and psychiatrist, once said, I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. I just love this so much because it just speaks to the power of who we are as human beings. We have a choice. With that being said, let's get started. Welcome, you guys, to another episode of Wellbeing Psychology. So happy to have you here. This is a channel that educates on psychology, purposeful life, personal growth, self-development, brain function, life balance, and so much more. And today's video, we will be talking about the famous question, what is psychology? Okay, maybe it's not that famous, just a little bit, but I think everybody wants to know, who am I? What am I? What is this human? What is this mind, right? Why do I act this way? So people don't specifically ask what is psychology. They do commonly ask about those questions. With that being said, once again, let's get right into it. So psychology is known by the study of the mind and behavior. So it studies our mind and our behaviors. That is the most common definition as to what it is. It's also the supposed collection of behaviors, traits, attitudes, and so forth that characterize an individual or a group, right? Now, psychology does compose of several major branches of research, so it's not just one branch. It is a variety of different areas that psychology taps into and studies. Now, historically, it was an area within philosophy. However, it emerged from it because psychology is so well known in so many different areas of our life, right? So what is the purpose of psychology, you ask? Well, I asked that too at one point. And what it does is it attempts to help humans understand and treat mental, emotional, physical, and social dysfunction. So the purpose of psychology is so that we can understand or have a better understanding of the human, right? And within the human, we attempt to understand the mental, the emotional, our dysfunctions, just certain things inside of us that we maybe don't understand. Now, by understanding these things and the elements of the human, we are then able to enhance the quality of life that we live. Because when you understand who you are and why you're that way, if you just have even just a general understanding of it, it can help to enhance your life. And once again, psychology not only helps to understand, but it does help to treat, right? So someone suffering from depression was able to be diagnosed to say, well, you're feeling down quite often, and you have this other symptom and this other symptom. So this is considered depression. And you know what? We can do something about it. So, we're not able to do anything about, certain things that we're experiencing as a human if we aren't aware of them or if we do not have the knowledge about them. So psychologists and psychiatrists, they work hard to study the human, the mind and the body, so that we can provide some understanding on how we can better ourselves. And that is one reason why I just love psychology. It helped me personally understand my brain. I started to understand the neurons in my brain, that they can be reprogrammed. I started to understand the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, the unconscious mind. There are like so many different elements to it. Now, yes, there's lots of terminology to this. However, it's put together so that we can all communicate in a way where we understand we're talking about the same particular thing, right? So there might be so many words that science has created for us, but it's for a reason so that we can all communicate and that it can be diagnosed appropriately. So with that being said, as I mentioned earlier, there are so many different functions of psychology, and as you can see, we have a kind of a large list of disciplines here. I'll just list them out for you. So we have abnormal psychology, behavioral, clinical, cognitive. Now, cognitive psychology is my favorite. Counseling, developmental, school, social, sports, educational, experimental, forensic, health, human factors, personality, and industrial organizational. Now, there are so many more disciplines. However, I didn't want to squeeze them all here. But as you can see, psychology branches off in many different areas. That is why when you have a psychology degree, if you're in the work field, usually you can use that wherever because it is something that just kind of helps us to understand that you understand how the human operates, right? So you have that knowledge and that awareness, about the mind and body or the mind and behavior of a human, just like in personality and health. Personality psychology is not the same as health psychology. Health is totally different from personality. So it needs to be studied individually. Now, I do have some resources from the information that I've provided in today's video. I will also link that in the description below. But once again, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like. How about you go ahead and comment as well and share this information so that others can be aware of what psychology is. And if you do plan on watching more of my weekly videos, I do upload 5 days a week. Please make sure that you subscribe. I would love to have you in my community and we can all be a part of the same team. Until the next video, I want to say bye-bye.